Ghana versus Uruguay was the most thrilling game of the 2010 World Cup. A game that turned Luis Suarez into the most hated name in Ghana. 12 years later, Suarez and Uruguay face Ghana again in Qatar 2022. Meanwhile, in Canada, this very rivalry heats up in a most unusual way.
Uruguay versus Ghana. I was actually in the living room with my father, rest in peace to his soul, and I was actually with my sister too. Quarterfinals, this is the first time Ghana has done anything of this nature, and it was like, wow, like they were wearing these gold and red jerseys, and it was like, I felt like Ghana was like a bunch of Galacticos on the field against the many-time champions of the World Cup.
When I got to the bar at Jane and Wilson, everything was kind of already a little bit crazy. The mood was set. There was already tension. So basically, we just got there right as Suarez touched the ball. And that's when everybody kind of just like freaked out. And at that moment, I tried to shrink a little bit because I was the only non-Ghanaian there.
It was very close to closing, extra time. And Steven Appiah shot the ball. I remember there was also a young kid at that time that came up from under 20, Dominic Adia, shot the ball, and then obviously hand of the devil occurred with Luis Suarez. I couldn't believe it, because at that point, if Ghana would have scored, it was game over. It definitely took the air out of football for a lot of Ghanaians. I'm going to be honest, even personally myself.
Estar ahí cuando me di cuenta que ganó Uruguay era una cosa bien loca. Algunos estaban enojados, algunos estaban llorando, algunos estaban celebrando, no importaba que salieron, pero llegaron a ese punto. Yo estaba con mi señora, pienso que estaba celebrando como cualquier otra persona uruguaya.
But wait, why was Juan Carlos watching the game at a Ghanaian bar? Well, as he said, he was there with his wife, his Ghanaian wife, who also actually went to celebrate with Juan Carlos and other Uruguayan fans after the game was over.
Why was it easy for me to go celebrate with the Uruguayans? Well, because my husband's his country, they won, so I'm going to go support. Even though I wanted Ghanaian to win so bad, one of us have to,
Yeah.
If Ghanaian won, I'm sure he would have been on my side supporting me and
sure.
cheering
Yeah.
on. Way to go, way to go. But they won, and I have to go and support and just cheer them up and just moving forward. And that's what I went there to celebrate for. Even though I was very, very sad. I still celebrate on the Ghanaian side, even though they lost. So we were sore loser, but we were still happy that we made it to that far. So it was fun experience. We met at the mall.
Yeah.
Yep, the mall.
Where all great love stories start.
I was working there when I was young, maybe in my 20s. And Carlos came in and he asked for shoe size. And I went to give him the shoes, and it turns out he didn't need the shoes. He wanted my number. So I kind of got angry at him that I'm like, you wasted my time, we're on commission. I don't understand why you're wasting my time. And he's like, you're just beautiful, and I wanted to know if I could take her for dinner. He called me at, I believe it was Monday, and I told him to call me. It was a Tuesday. I said it was a Monday, but he said it's a Tuesday. It was a Monday. He called me at 1 o'clock, and then we started talking, and then 3 kids after. Here we are.
Yeah. 3 kids later.
3 kids later.
People are just shocked at the fact that I'm just mixed as a whole, or just my mix. Like whenever I tell somebody, oh, like I'm half Ghanaian and half Uruguayan, they're like, I get a lot of like, oh my God, like that's such a weird mix, or I've never heard that mix before. And then the second question is, how did you feel about the situation in the World Cup? And I'm just like, I don't know, I was like 4 or something. Closer to middle school, I was wearing a jersey, and it had like just a bunch of this, like the signatures of the players of the Uruguayan team, and one of them was like Luis Suarez, and then they seen like, the flag and the colors, and they were like, oh, like, what do you know about soccer, da 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 da. And I was just like, oh, like, like I'm just representing like where I'm from, and they're like, oh, like you're from Uruguay, da da da. And then they just started like going back and forth with me, and then my friend came in and he was like, oh, like guess what her last name is, and then he was like, oh, like it's Suarez. And then their first question was, oh my God, do you know Luis Suarez? And usually when people ask me that question, I say, yeah, like he's like a part of the family. And then they're like, really? Like, can we meet him? And I'm like, yeah. That never happens, but I still tell them, of course, because like, why not?
My name is Luis Xavier Suarez, and I was born in Toronto, Canada. My mom is Ghanaian. My Ghanaian name is Yao, which means Thursday, the day I was born in Tree. But I'm also half Uruguayan, and I was given my granddad's name, Luis. Oh, and my dad's last name is Suarez, which makes me Luis Suarez. The Ghanaian Luis Suarez.
For me, just growing up in the West End of Toronto and being exposed to different cultures, it's not something that's hard. From day one, you're exposed to everywhere, international. Foods, whatever. Like it's like when you're living in a building and every stop is you're exposed to a different culture. One floor smells like East Indian curry, the next floor West Indian curry, the next floor you hear reggae music blasting through somebody's speakers. So I'm very thankful that my parents came to Canada and just gave me all the 6 different cultures that I could learn from.
Para mucha gente, el nombre de Luis Suárez es el jugador número 1 de Uruguay. Para mí, el número 1 es Luis Suárez, el que fue mi marido por muchos años. Y segundo, mi nieto que le pusieron también Luis. Era un hombre muy trabajador. Siempre miró siempre por los hijos, por la familia. Era un hombre callado, muy tranquilo, hablaba poco. No era de muchas salidas tampoco, pero nosotros sí salíamos los dos siempre a caminar al mall, siempre salíamos juntos. Fue toda una vida junto a él, 65 años. ¿Qué te puedo decir? Tuvimos 2 hijos hermosos. No hay palabras. No hay palabras. Fue toda una vida junto a él.
By the time Gladys and her husband Luis had arrived in Canada, big changes had taken place for soccer and for the world at large, and both Uruguay and Ghana played a key part in those changes.
En la primera Copa América ganada por Uruguay había muchos jugadores negros. Las políticas sí lo decía, que teníamos jugadores negros, que fueron que también nos llevaron a conquistar esa primera Copa América. El primer jugador negro en la historia de los Juegos Olímpicos fue uruguayo José Leandro Andrade. Fue en las Olimpiadas del 24, las del 28 y después también fue en el Mundial de 1930. Ese era jugador negro uruguayo que es José Leandro Andrade. En 1950, en la Copa realizada en Brasil, el primer capitán negro en salir campeón fue uruguayo. Era Obdulio Jacinto Varela. El negro jefe, como lo decía Obdulio Jacinto Varela, fue quien enmudeció con la pelota bajo el brazo y dijo los afuera son de palo a más de 200.000 personas en el Estadio Maracaná. Ese fue el negro Jacinto Varela.
Yeah, definitely I think it's very special that Uruguay had the first black players in football in terms of the international stage. And I think it was very imperative for other teams to learn that down the line, with Portugal having Rosepio, Germany bringing in black players, and also France, modern day today. I think the thing is with the legacy and the beauty of Ghana football is people fail to realize why it was instituted in the beginning. The Ghana Black Stars was actually started by the first president of Ghana by the name of Kwame Nkrumah. He used it as a way as an African unity platform, to the point where he got one of the Ghanaian players that played in Europe by the name of CK Jemfi, God rest his soul, rest in peace, to come and actually coach the Ghana national team. And he actually won Ghana 3 African Cup championships, 63, 65, and 82.
Who's going to win the game and why? Uruguay's going to win the game, for sure. It's not a question. Why? Let me count the ways. Nunez, Cavani, Suarez. I keep on going. I don't have enough hands.
Sure, buddy. It's not gonna Who's gonna win December 2nd? I mean, guys, it's obvious. It's Team Ghana all day, every day, man. Uruguay, sorry, man. This is the revenge. Ghana, we taking this. Come on, we have Inaki Williams. We have Thomas Partey. We have Mohamed Kudus. We even have one of the best keepers in the world. Yep, he's gonna be the best keeper in the world by the time we're finished.
The perfect outcome for the game coming up. That Ghana wins. All the way. I said it 4 or 5. 5-0.
I'm just kind of crazy.
Yeah, right? What do you think?
I just want to keep on living here, and I don't want it to split up our family. So as long as there's food still being put on the table and nobody's split up, I don't care. But I want Uruguay to win.
To the World Cup this year, I hope Uruguay goes all the way. I hope they meet Ghana there, and Uruguay still takes it.
I hope that Uruguay wins. I get
Hey.
a toy train.
Okay.
Hey, Nunes, Diego Godin, everybody else, especially Caceres, we are coming for you. Si se puede, which means just do it, and we will, December 2nd.
Who do I think is gonna win? That's easy.
Wait, you didn't say who's gonna win.
Hold on.
Uruguay. I know it's Uruguay.
Who's gonna win?
Yeah.
La primera vez que la familia prueba el mate.
It tastes like
What does it taste like?
it tastes something in Africa. I'm trying to find a word.
Okay.
Don't drink it all.
I don't like the taste.
Okay. While you think about that.
Just try it.
It tastes like herbs.
Yes.
Yeah. Or more like it tastes something, no?
It tastes like a tea bag.
I want this. Just try it.
Just try it.
Yeah, it just tastes like herbs, like
Yeah.
just tea leaves.
I like it actually.
It tastes like burnt tea.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. But I don't think I could drink it every day.
Of course you can.
It has like
Do people drink this every day in Uruguay, Carlos?
3-4 times.
Oh no, I could drink this maybe like
One time a
once
day.
Yeah, one time in a day.
Luis Suarez, I think I could play better than you.